Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Professor David J. De Los Reyes. What I will be discussing tonight will be I got this gadget here. It seems this is a player in which it got an SD card. SD card meaning it is the card in which you could save some music and you insert it here and you could play it here. So this one is to be operated by charging at this charging port here. But I cannot find the charging, the equivalent charging that, that will be inserted over here. But what is available is the big one, the standard USB. So instead of powering this one or charging this one, we must have to charge the battery inside for us to use this one. Since I could not find for the exact size of this, uh, it is not the same size with the Samsung cell phone or the Apple iPhone. Uh, the size of this could be different from those two. So, but this standard USB here, the bigger one, I could use this one. So I bring out a USB cable. So I'll be using this one to power up this gadget here. Because without powering it up, I could not use it. So what I did is that I put an additional thing at the end of this charging cable. So I put a capacitor, an electrolytic capacitor to the plus and minus terminal. And I also connected across it a small filter capacitor to remove the noise emanating from the power supply that I will be using later on. And as an additional thing, I put an LED here. So when I power up this terminal here, this should be lighted. So I know that voltage is available here. Because sometimes even though you connect the plus and minus terminal of the power supply, you didn't know if the connection was good or bad. But with this LED here, if you try to connect the plus and minus, if it's lighted, meaning to say your connection is good. Because sometimes even though we clip it, but the clipping was not good enough, so the gadget is still not powered up. So for me to be sure that this gadget will be powered up when I put the plus and minus terminal of the power supply here, I put an LED here. So if the LED is lighted, voltage is available here, and this gadget will be lighted up. And the power supply that I will be using here is the old 1.5 volt batteries. I put 4 1.5 volt batteries here. One of these is four pieces, the other one is four pieces, and they are connected in parallel. So if we try to measure the voltage across this, uh, there is a 5.04 volts across this old battery. So actually, I could use this battery that I made from the old batteries to power up this gadget. It's 5.04 volts. Actually, the power supply for the USB is actually 5 volts. So this is just more than good enough to power up this gadget here. Okay? So the old batteries got used. Okay, I connected these two bundles in parallel, so they will be adding currents to the gadget that I will be inserting in. Okay, this is 5 volts. So I could use this one to power up the gadget. So what is only needed now to power up this gadget? The red terminal is for the plus and the black terminal is for the minus. This is an electrolytic capacitor to add more juice to the gadget. Okay, it will add more power. And I put in parallel, like what I said, a small filter capacitor here to remove the noise emanating from the power supply. But since this is battery, of course, no more noise on the power supply. But just in case we will be using a linear power supply, okay, that involves a transformer, there will be some noise. So the small filter capacitor here will try to filter out the noise just in case I will be using a linear power supply other than this battery here. Okay, and like what I said, I put an LED in parallel. Okay, so I know when I connect the plus and minus, if this is lighted, my connection was very good going to the gadget. The gadget, I put this one as plus, I mark this one as plus, so I will not be mistaken in the connection, and I put this one as minus. So the red thing, okay, the red thing is the right side. So I will be connecting the plus, okay, and the negative thing, I will be connecting that to the minus. Just be ready because the gadget might sound now. It works. It works. Good evening from Los Angeles.